hungry viewers, it's Alex and welcome once again to Bites and Booze. Today is all about comfort food. And no, I'm not talking about chicken and waffles or chili. I'm talking about milk and cookies. Who doesn't love milk and cookies? Crazy people. And I don't like crazy people. We're gonna start off with a gluten-free chocolate chip cookie. I'm just gonna start this cookie recipe like a normal cookie recipe. I'm just gonna cream 2 sticks of butter. I'm gonna slowly add 10 ounces of light brown sugar. I'm gonna let this come together for a few seconds. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs into a bowl. And I do this because I don't wanna add them right into the mixer. In case I get any shells in there, it's just a good way to prevent that. And I'm gonna slowly add my eggs in. So at this point, you wanna turn your mixer off. Other way. Turn your mixer off. Lift it up and scrape down the bowl because you're gonna have some extra butter and sugar attached to the side. You want everything to come together nicely. Great. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna turn it up to make sure everything's incorporated. Perfect. So now I can mix my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix 11 ounces of brown rice flour. To the brown rice flour, you've got it, when you're mixing gluten-free flours, you need to have some sort of grain to starch ratio. So I'm using cornstarch today. I'm using 2.5 ounces. I came up with this recipe because I was tired of eating really crappy gluten-free cookies. So I worked a very long time on this recipe and I feel like I've achieved cookie nirvana. And I've been known to sit on my couch and do some healthy crying eating a batch of these cookies. No, Mom, my therapist said this is very healthy. This is healthy behavior. It's healthy crying. And these cookies are hugs. So I'm gonna mix these flours together. To that, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of xanthan gum. You wanna use xanthan gum when you're cooking with gluten-free flours because it gives you that chew that you normally get with regular flour. The xanthan gum mimics gluten. All right, so I've got that all mixed together. I add about a teaspoon of salt, and then this is the pièce de la résistance, cinnamon. This is just gonna help bring out the chocolate. So I add a little bit of cinnamon. And now we marry the two. So I'm gonna turn this on and slowly incorporate my dry ingredients. Excuse me 1 second. All right. There it is. These are perfect. It's just the right consistency. This is the type of texture that you want. Light, fluffy, and the great thing about cooking gluten-free is that you don't have to worry about overmixing your dough because there is no gluten in here, so you don't have to worry about making your cookies tough. So I've got my dough in here, and all I'm gonna do now is fold in a whole bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Just take my spatula and just give that a good fold. Nothing makes me feel better than chocolate chip cookies. So I'm taking a 1 ounce scoop and I'm just scooping out my dough onto my cookie sheet that's lined with parchment paper. All I'm gonna do now is fold in a whole bag of chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip. And you may have noticed I haven't preheated my oven just yet. I actually wanna pop these into the fridge for about a half an hour just to get them nice and firm. And you can do this with regular cookies as well, not just gluten-free. It's gonna help give the cookie a really nice rise instead of getting a really flat cookie. I always like to keep a frozen batch of this dough in the fridge just in case of emergencies. You know, ladies, emergencies. I went on a date with a clown, Mom! He was a clown at kids' parties. I'm gonna die alone. All right, so I'm gonna pop these in my fridge for 30 minutes, preheat my oven to 375, and then it's cookie time. All right, so I'm gonna take my cookies out of the oven because they smell done and they are finished. I'm just gonna let these cool for 10 to 20 minutes or 10 to 20 seconds if you're like me. And I've done the research. I hired a nutritionist. Each of these cookies has negative 45 calories. All right, that's enough for now. All right, move on. It's so light and fluffy. not crumbly at all. It's so chewy. It's everything that you want in a chocolate chip cookie and much, much more, I guarantee you. You get that hint of cinnamon. It's not overpowering. It's just like, It literally just wants to just kiss your mouth all over, but not on the outside, on the inside, which is weird. It's a little confusing. I feel very conflicted right now. I don't know what says comfort more than some adult libations and cookies. For this recipe, check down below in the description or visit my blog, again, stashthegrain.com, and make sure you subscribe to all of Hungry's videos. I'll see you guys next week. Stay thirsty and stay happy with some cookies. I'll see you guys later. I love cookies!
Subscribe to Hungry and feed your food obsession.